Hello everyone and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Electra and Ivy hope for the future is once again on the chopping block. Talk to Eric about the jewelry line. On today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter tries to get Ridge to support his idea. Eric extends an invitation to Ivy and Electra to stay with him, and will tell Zend about Electra. Hope encourages Carter to pursue his business plan in Forrester's design office. Ridge will listen, she is certain. Carter claims that listening alone won't be enough. He must understand that his plan is revolutionary. Hope enjoys watching him get so aroused. Carter expresses to her how much having her support means to him. Hope assures him, "I have faith in you." Carter continues by saying that he has a serious issue with Steffy's unwillingness to listen to his suggestions and hear Ivy out. Carter genuinely cares about the firm, even though Hope believes she doesn't want her line to be successful. He wants to cultivate it, and Ridge should be informed of that. "You're friends with Ridge. Speak with him. She's certain he'll pay attention." "Carter, this is your time." Steffy confides in Ridge in the main office that she has major doubts about Carter's judgment. Ridge surmises that he's pushing Hope's line, which is the reason. According to Steffy, the consumers are abandoning it because they no longer trust them. Then she informs Ridge that Ivy was present. Carter hopes to revitalize the jewelry collection in order to support the Hope for the Future campaign. Ridge wants to know Steffy's thoughts on the matter. In response, Steffy says, "I said no." Eric embraces Ivy when they arrive at the Forrester mansion and reprimands her for being absent for so long, telling Electra that her grandfather would be extremely proud of the young lady she has grown into. He turns to face her. He gives her a hug. How long are they staying? Eric wonders. Ivy informs him that although she is there to revive the jewelry brand, she does not believe it would be possible. Frowning, Eric asks, "Why not?" "Steffy," Ivy says. Zend informs Will that inspiration may come at the most unexpected moments in a room filled with dresses and shoes at Forrester. Will is amazed that he skipped a concert for this, and he shows him a sketch. Zend informs Will that the modes are enamored with him, and considers presenting the sketch to Hope in order to get suggestions for accessories. Will talks about meeting a girl yesterday who expressed interest in working on a jewelry line. Forrester doesn't have a jewelry line, Zend informs Will. Perhaps he misheard. "I'm going to assume she was cute." Will claims he noticed her. Her name is asked by Zend. Will says, Electra, grinning. While Eric informs Ivy and Electra that Donna is detained in traffic and should be there shortly, they are looking through family photo albums at the Forrester house. Electra informs him that she has been following Ivy and Steffy's careers since she was a young child, and that she loves jewels and fashion. It's in her DNA, so Eric isn't shocked. That Ivy hasn't gotten in touch with Quinn saddens him. Ivy intends to use the lessons she learned from her to build the line and restore its previous level of success. "If only Steffy shared my sentiments." Ridge, in the main office, is amazed that Electra and Ivy are in town. They talk about redesigning the jewelry collection. Steffy believes they already have too many resources. According to Ridge, the jewelry line was a success. Quinn was in control at the time, according to Steffy, and she was experienced. Although it would be risky at the moment, she likes the notion of reviving the brand and happens to think Ivy is quite skilled. Carter will not agree, according to Ridge. Already, Steffy is worried about Carter in his battle for Hope's line. It gives her the impression that something else is happening. Carter tells Hope in the design office that his goals go well beyond Ivy and the jewelry business. He had previously visited Ridge and Steffy, but they refused to listen. They're risk-averse, Hope muses. They're keeping them back, Carter thinks. "Don't let them, Carter," says Hope. He's polite, but perhaps he's being too generous in this situation. He can convene a meeting, because he is the COO. She is confident that people would view him as a leader who has a clear vision for the company's future. Zend informs Will in the staging room that he has never heard of an employee named Electra. He says Steffy wants to meet him in the CEO office as his phone rings. As Zend leaves, Will remembers literally bumping into Electra. Eric tells Ivy and Electra he'll talk to Steffy at the Forrester mansion because he's excited about the prospect of reviving the jewelry line. Ivy does not want her to believe that they have outstripped her. She is reassured by Eric that Steffy and Ridge are looking out for Forrester's best interests. Carter believes they should pay attention if he believes this is a good idea. Ivy expresses gratitude to Eric for his help. Electra exclaims that she would adore collaborating with his Aunt Ivy. After finding out that they are staying at a hotel, Eric demands that they do so. He is aware of his brother's pride in the two of them, and they will undoubtedly remain at the Forrester residence. Ivy gives him a hug. Zend is informed by Steffy and Ridge in the main office that the purchaser's news regarding Hope's line is not good. They tell him that although his designs are excellent, the numbers aren't up to par. Zend argues that they have been making every effort to improve the situation. When Hope and Carter show there, Steffy gives them an update on the discussion. Some of the buyers have begun to bail, Zend informs them. This time, Steffy doesn't believe they have an option. I believe we need to reduce the funding or eliminate it entirely. Carter cuts Hope off as she starts to object. He wants to adopt a different perspective and go past this. To ensure that Forrester's future is greater than they could have ever imagined, they must think creatively. That is, if they will listen to him. What are you suggesting? Ridge says. Steffy assures Carter that he always understands her feelings over the jewelry line's relaunch and cautions that no amount of showmanship will improve the perception of Hope for the future. Ivy and the jewelry line, according to Carter, are only a minor component of his larger strategy. This is not a whim. He has been planning it for months. Ridge shrugs and says, go on. Carter intends to bring the business under a luxury canopy by growing it through mergers and acquisitions. Spirits, leather items, fragrances, the possibilities are endless. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He encourages them to think broadly, rather than telling Ivy not to or interrupting Hope. They can accomplish it today. The Tuesday, October 22nd recap of The Bold and the Beautiful B&B shows that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, is flummoxed and that Brooke and Hope Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, Annika Noel catch up. After welcoming Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, to Forrester Creations, Deacon and Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, Sean Cannon converse. Recap of The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke and Hope reconnect. In the design office, Hope is engrossed in her thoughts and smiles as she remembers how Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, used to compliment her. Her mother walks in and remarks that she hasn't seen Hope smile at work in a long time. They talk about the tremendous pressure Hope is under. After Brooke admits to Deacon that she has told him everything, the two women discuss how great it is to have Carter's enthusiastic support. Brooke gives comfort. I hope they will do everything in their power to keep the line safe. She admired the great job Liam Spencer Scott Clifton did on the ad he made for her. She exhorts her daughter to focus on her goal and work with her group. B&B recap. Hope explains and Will Spencer is welcomed the business. When Will shows up with the mail, they welcome him into the group and say how happy they are to have more Logan family members around. Hope pauses to express her worries about the severe familial divisions in the workplace, hoping Will just enjoy his time and stay out of the resulting arguments. When they ask how Bill Spencer, Don Diamont, responded, Will explains politely that his father encouraged him to seek a career with such attractive co-workers. Heather Tom's character, Katie Logan, will make sure her kid stays out of trouble. The Bold and the Beautiful recap, flummoxed by Steffy Forrester. When Steffy questions Carter about his strong support for Hope for the future in the office, she finds it perplexing. In fact, she's completely perplexed and claims that it's losing money. He argues that this line is a money spinner and essential for reaching younger people, which will ultimately improve the couture brand's future. Steffy appears perplexed and unable to comprehend his passion as he goes into detail about why it's imperative to remain dedicated, which is completely out of character for him. She responds that they are unable to invest as much in each line as they were in the Brooks bedroom collection. Carter changes the subject to mergers and acquisitions and says he has set up a meeting so they can talk further. B&B recap. Ivy Forrester's arrival startles and surprises. Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, enters as the door opens. Steffy, who is obviously uneasy and feels taken by surprise, pauses to take in the circumstances. Carter assures her that Ivy is still designing jewelry, and that the company may benefit greatly from her return. Although Steffy is obviously irritated, reminding him of her long-standing problems with Ivy, Ivy doesn't need an office. She only wants an opportunity to contribute. For her, Forrester feels like home. Carter responds that they are private issues, but Ivy is adamant that she will not let them get in the way of business. She has already developed her own fan base, and is rumored to be able to fill Quinn Forrester's, Rena Sofer's shoes. Recap of The Bold and the Beautiful family get-together. When Steffy brings in Electra Forrester Linnea Grace to announce that she has a partner, Steffy is delighted to meet her, and they embrace. Electra was much younger when they last met, and Ivy says she hopes their paths won't stand in the way of a fantastic opportunity. Steffy feels overpowered as they discuss possibilities. She remarks on how good Electra's work is, and offers her condolences for the loss of John Forrester, Fred Willard. Steffy remembers doing the same for her grandma, and Electra reveals that she has always liked Steffy, and even wrote a report about her. Ivy highlights how they have both evolved and developed, and Carter urges Steffy to back Ivy's line, saying it might be a big step toward realizing their goals. B&B recap, Sheila and Deacon talk. While having a break at Il Giardino, Deacon and Sheila are jokingly making fun of one another. Sheila mentions that Brooke paid a visit, but Deacon remains silent. He admits that Brooke came to talk about Hope, and remarks that Sheila is a little frightening, which he finds kind of sexy. Deacon becomes reflective as he looks at the pictures of Paul Hollister, Hollis W. Chambers, and Tom Starr, Clint Howard, on the wall during his break. He returns to discussing his daughter with Sheila. Sheila understands that Steffy thrives on resentment and fury, and she is attempting to shut down her connection. If Brooke felt the need to come to him, Deacon knows that things are serious. Sheila thinks Brooke will do everything in her power to keep Hope safe. Liam Spencer stuns Hope Logan. Set the stage by exploring the background of Liam and Hope's relationship, including Liam's recent shift in feelings. Highlight how this Lope reunion has surprised fans and led to a dramatic turn of events. Liam's grand gesture, a surprise for Hope. Detail Liam's dramatic turnaround and his grand gesture toward Hope, showcasing his willingness to go above and beyond to rekindle their relationship. Include information about the slideshow he prepares, where he lists everything he loves about Hope, creating a whirlwind of emotions for her. Hope's secret relationship with Carter Walton. Explore the complexities of Hope's involvement with Carter Walton, and how she's keeping it under wraps. Explain how this hidden relationship complicates her feelings and decisions, as well as the potential fallout if Liam discovers this affair. The tension builds. Will Hope give in? Describe how Hope might get caught up in her nostalgia for Liam and the life they once shared. Paint a scene where Hope and Liam might revisit their memories together, and even consider a rekindled relationship. A new player enters. Ivy Forrester's return. Delve into Ivy Forrester's upcoming return to Los Angeles, which could throw a wrench into Liam's plans. Describe how Ivy's reappearance may add new layers to the storyline, and what it means for Hope if Liam's attention shifts yet again. Conclusion. Who will Hope Logan choose? Summarize the dramatic possibilities and choices Hope faces, inviting readers to consider the outcomes. Will she reunite with Liam for her family's sake, or choose Carter and a fresh start? Steffy feels her power slipping away. Next on The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy Finnegan Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, has long held sway at Forrester Creations, believing she was untouchable in the world of high fashion. She's wielded her influence with an assertive hand, unapologetically calling out others for perceived mistakes, and feeling entitled to her role due to the Forrester legacy. But what happens when her once unchallenged power begins to slip, and her authority faces direct challenges from unexpected quarters? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Challengers from Down Under. The dynamics at Forrester Creations are on the cusp of a shift. Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor, who typically respects Steffy's authority, has now found himself in direct conflict with her. To make matters more complicated, Carter's decisions involve two new arrivals from Australia: Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, and her sister, Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace. The two women bring new perspectives, But Ivy's especially keen on making changes and challenging the status quo. Steffy's status quo. That is, Steffy, who has grown accustomed to maintaining her version of order, is suddenly seeing the arrival of Ivy and Elektra as a personal affront. For Steffy, Ivy's proactive approach threatens not only her personal hold on power, but also her larger vision for Forrester Creations. The fear of losing control. Steffy's increasing frustration with Carter. Steffy never anticipated that Carter would be among those to defy her. She sees herself as a leader with natural authority and influence, and anyone daring to challenge her position, especially on a professional level, is committing a betrayal. When she learns that Carter not only respects Ivy's ideas, but also wants to actively implement them, Steffy is incensed. To her, Carter's support of Ivy's and Elektra's input undermines her own decisions. Steffy, seeing her authority questioned, looks to an ally she has trusted from the beginning. Her father, Ridge Forrester Torsten K. Ridge has long been the family confidant, someone Steffy feels will surely side with her, especially with their shared Forrester vision. However, there's tension even here, as Ridge might not be as quick to dismiss Ivy and Elektra's ideas as Steffy assumes. Steffy's flawed perception. Why Hope Logan's rise bothers her. Amidst Steffy's professional turmoil, there's a personal edge. Steffy has always harbored a sense of rivalry with Hope Logan, Annika Noel, partly due to their long-standing feud over Liam, but also because of their roles within Forrester. Hope's line, Hope for the Future, has received mixed success, and Steffy sees herself as holding the higher ground due to her family lineage and position. But Steffy's frustration stems from more than professional rivalry. It's her discomfort with anyone, especially Hope, being the center of attention. While Hope's line has occasionally floundered without Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson's design prowess, Steffy resents how the Logan family is treated as the darlings of Forrester. The irony, however, is that Steffy herself relies on her Forrester name, with no design skill to back her position, making her all the more vulnerable when someone challenges her authority. Ridge's response. Will he stand by Steffy or see the bigger picture? When Steffy turns to Ridge, she's expecting his full support, but the situation is far from clear-cut. Ridge has a strong paternal instinct, and he respects his daughter's ambition, but he also knows that Forrester Creations has to adapt to stay relevant. Steffy's reliance on Ridge for validation shows her insecurity, but Ridge might not see the situation as a black-and-white issue. There's a distinct possibility that Ridge will urge Steffy to be more flexible, to allow space for other voices, including Ivy's. How Steffy reacts to Ridge's counsel, whether it's support or disappointment, could profoundly impact her sense of control within the company. Ivy Forrester takes charge, the strength of the Australian Forrester. Ivy isn't one to let Steffy bulldoze over her without a fight. As a member of the Forrester family in her own right, Ivy has worked hard to earn respect and establish her creative vision. She's keenly aware of how Steffy runs the business, often stifling fresh ideas and refusing to take risks. Ivy believes that Forrester Creations has greater potential, and she's unafraid to voice her opinion, even if it means stepping on Steffy's toes. In a moment of reflection, Ivy decides to approach her beloved Uncle Eric Forrester, John McCook. Their connection is genuine, and Ivy feels that Eric will at least listen to her concerns. Eric, who has always welcomed fresh energy and ideas at Forrester, finds himself in a tough position. On one hand, he respects Steffy's leadership, but on the other, he knows that a company must innovate to survive. Steffy's fears and the battle for power. How long can she hold on? As Steffy's world teeters on the brink, her grip on Forrester Creations becomes more tenuous by the day. The presence of Ivy, Elektra, and even Carter's unexpected defiance introduces an intense new power struggle, leaving Steffy to confront her fears. Will she find a way to reclaim her footing, or will she be forced to share the power she has long guarded? As Steffy fights to maintain her authority, she may discover that holding on to control is more challenging than she ever anticipated. Steffy feels Carter is taking too many liberties at work. Tensions rise on the bold and the beautiful. Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor has been a steady force at Forrester Creations for years. As Chief Operating Officer, His keen business sense has consistently supported the team, with Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., and others deeply appreciating his contributions. But lately, Carter seems to be stepping beyond his usual role, particularly with the struggling Hope for the Future line. His bold moves, especially involving Ivy Forrester's return, have sparked serious concern from Steffy Finnegan Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, who's worried Carter is overstepping his boundaries. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Is Carter pushing too far? Steffy believes that Carter's dedication to Hope for the Future has grown into something more problematic. Inviting Ivy, Ashley Brewer, to join Forrester in pushing new ideas without consulting key stakeholders feels less like teamwork and more like a power play to her. After several tense exchanges, Steffy decides to approach Ridge, hoping he'll share her concerns and rein in Carter before things go too far. The question remains, though, will Ridge agree with Steffy's concerns, or does he think Carter's perspective might actually be what Forrester Creations needs? Ridge's growing worries. Why is Carter changing? Ridge, too, has noticed Carter's recent intensity and the uncharacteristic way he's making decisions without looping in Steffy or him. The typically calm and collected Carter seems determined to elevate Hope for the Future, almost as if it's his personal project. Ridge feels a need to confront Carter directly. Why is Carter pressing so hard on this particular line, especially given that Hope for the Future is the only division struggling? Ridge's apprehension leads him to consider whether there's something deeper driving Carter's actions. It's one thing to have a vision, but making moves without Steffy and Ridge's approval crosses a line. Ridge knows Carter is capable, but this solo approach is risky, especially when it appears Carter is making deals in the background. Steffy and Ridge are left questioning if Carter has lost sight of the team dynamic that's helped Forrester thrive for so long. Is Eric Forrester another voice in Carter's ear? Interestingly, rumors are swirling that Carter may have sought advice from Eric Forrester, John McCook, about his ideas for the future of Forrester Creations. While Eric is a company legend, he's also in the process of stepping back from day-to-day operations. Steffy and Ridge wonder why Carter would turn to Eric instead of consulting with them. There's a strong chance Carter feels Steffy and Ridge are too focused on their usual ways of doing things, while Eric might be more open to hearing his vision. Steffy, in particular, feels Carter's decision to bypass her demonstrates a lack of respect for her role in the company, something she's not willing to tolerate. Does Carter see a larger role for himself at Forrester Creations? To Steffy, it seems like Carter's desire to see Hope for the Future succeed is about more than helping the company. It feels personal. His passion for keeping the line afloat leads her to wonder if Carter has ambitions for a larger role at Forrester Creations. Is this about Hope's vision or about Carter's? Ridge and Steffy are also practical. They know that Forrester Creations can't allocate endless resources to a single line. Carter's insistence raises a pressing question. Where will the funding come from? Could he be gambling on projected sales from the new jewelry line, thinking it could save Hope for the future? While Zen Forrester, Delon Demetz, and R.J. Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, have worked hard to bring Hope's designs to life, Steffy feels it might be time to face the possibility that Hope for the Future needs a fresh direction or potentially to close its doors. Bold choices or misguided steps. The future of Hope for the Future. As tension escalates, Steffy finds herself at a crossroads. While she admires Carter's dedication to helping the company, she can't ignore his recent overreach. If Carter's actions go unchecked, they could set a dangerous precedent, disrupting the careful balance at Forrester Creations. This power struggle will challenge Carter, Steffy, and Ridge to reassess not only their roles within Forrester, but also what's best for the brand. Will Carter's gamble pay off, or will it push Forrester Creations into conflict? Is Hope taking advantage of Carter to save Hope for the future? In recent episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, has found herself increasingly close to Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, and some fans are questioning her intentions. On the October 18th episode, after outmaneuvering Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, at Forrester Creations, the two celebrated at Carter's apartment with a moment that left viewers wondering, is Hope genuinely interested in Carter, Or is she using him to protect her hope for the future? HFTF, line. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Is Hope serious about Carter? Hope's romantic history has been anything but smooth. Torn between Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, Dr. Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, and her on-again off-again ex-husband Liam Spencer Scott Clifton, Hope has recently appeared ready to move on. But with Carter, she's exploring a connection that could be more about business than love. During a recent business meeting, it was Carter who proposed that Forrester Creations should treat HFTF with the same high-profile attention it gives Brooke's bedroom line. Carter's influential position at Forrester has now become a crucial support system for Hope, making their relationship a blend of business and pleasure. But as Hope steps closer to Carter, fans are left wondering if this is genuine interest or a savvy move to secure her professional standing. Hope Logan's romantic strategy. Is Carter just the latest in a long line? Carter has proven himself a stable, reliable figure. A nice guy with enough charisma to win Hope's interest. At the same time, Hope has always been strategic about her relationships, and it's not lost on fans that her attachment to Carter aligns perfectly with her professional needs. Could it be that Hope sees Carter as an advantageous partner, rather than a true romantic prospect? Hope's recent pause before fully diving into a relationship with Carter suggests she may be weighing the benefits. She pulled back, assessing the situation before committing, hinting at a calculation that goes beyond her usual romantic whims. With Carter's influence at Forrester, he has the potential to ensure HFTF's survival, a prospect Hope may find hard to ignore. Could Carter Walton be Hope Logan's perfect match? As far as Carter is concerned, Hope's attention is a welcome change from his usual role at Forrester. Known for officiating numerous Forrester weddings, Carter has often been the man in the background, supportive but overlooked. Hope's admiration feels like a fresh start for him, one that offers a chance to build something meaningful. Yet, it's hard to ignore that Carter might just be the latest rebound after a string of disappointments for Hope. If Hope's intentions toward Carter are truly genuine, she may be on the path to leaving behind her past entanglements with Liam, Thomas, and Finn. Carter's steadiness could provide the kind of relationship stability she hasn't had before, making him a tempting choice. But if her motives are more self-serving, Hope may be risking not just her own heart, but Carter's as well. Can Hope and Carter's relationship survive the Forrester power games? In the world of the bold and the beautiful, relationships and corporate alliances often intersect, complicating matters of the heart. Hope and Carter now find themselves entangled in both romance and corporate strategy, with HFTF hanging in the balance. This added pressure could put their relationship on a rocky path from the start. Hope's commitment to saving her line could either strengthen her bond with Carter, or place an unbearable strain on it. If her romantic gestures are truly sincere, she may be setting herself up for a rewarding relationship. However, if she's only with Carter for what he brings to the table professionally, the fallout could be severe. Can Hope Logan truly commit to Carter Walton? As fans watch this storyline unfold, the question remains, can Hope truly commit to Carter? Or is this relationship just another twist in her long journey of romantic and professional struggles? Hope Logan pregnancy drama coming soon. Who's the father, Carter or Liam? The Bold and the Beautiful has brought Hope Logan, Annika Noel, back into the spotlight, turning her from an outcast into one of the most desired women in Los Angeles almost overnight. Just weeks ago, Hope was facing criticism from nearly everyone in town. Now she has not one, but two men vying for her heart. Her ex-husband Liam Spencer Scott Clifton, and the newly smitten Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor. With romance heating up on both fronts, fans are speculating. Could Hope be expecting? And if so, who's the father? Hope's new romance conundrum. In a surprising twist, Carter and Hope emerged as one of 2024's most intriguing new couples. But just as things were progressing, Liam decided he wasn't ready to let Hope go. This week, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal Liam will make a dramatic move to try to win her back, surprising Hope with a passionate kiss that leaves her wondering. With the old flames sparking once more, it's only a matter of time before Hope faces some tough choices, and possibly a surprise pregnancy. Meanwhile, Hope and Carter are advancing their relationship quickly, leading to speculation that Hope might be involved with both men in a short time frame. This classic soap storyline setup is ripe for the next big plot twist. A Who's the Father? Scenario, giving fans a fresh take on an enduringly popular B&B trope. The pregnancy twist, a new addition to The Bold and the Beautiful? It's been a few years since the last pregnancy storyline, and many fans are excited for the return of a baby on the way plotline. If Hope does find herself unexpectedly pregnant, it would give rise to a complex emotional journey, especially with two potential fathers in the picture. Such a storyline could have significant ripple effects, impacting not only Hope, but also the relationships of everyone involved, including Steffy, Brooke, and Ridge. As the speculation builds, viewers are left to wonder how Liam, Carter, and Hope will navigate this new chapter. Is Dr. Finn the answer to Hope's dilemma? Should Hope find herself uncertain about her baby's paternity, she may be seeking out the trusted Dr. Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, to help her determine the identity of the father. This adds another layer to the drama, especially since Finn and Hope's friendship has often caused a stir with their respective partners. Finn's involvement in Hope's pregnancy storyline would bring an unexpected twist, potentially reigniting past tensions and raising questions about his loyalties. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, once advised her daughter to move on with Finn in a professional way, though she likely didn't expect Hope to end up in a situation where Finn's assistance would involve such personal matters. Who's right for Hope, Carter or Liam? As fans follow Hope's romantic roller coaster, opinions are mixed on whether she should choose stability with Carter or rekindle things with her ex-husband, Liam. Each man offers something different. Carter represents a fresh start with a steady, reliable partner, while Liam brings the weight of history and unresolved feelings. With a potential pregnancy on the line, Hope's next steps will shape the course of her life, affecting everyone in her orbit. Will she lean toward the familiarity of Liam, or will she commit to a new future with Carter? The October 23rd episode brings an intriguing mix of business and personal sparks. Fans will be introduced to Elektra Forrester, portrayed by Linnea Grace, as she arrives in Los Angeles, bringing new energy and focus. Elektra's ambitious drive is clear, as she's set on expanding her and Ivy's jewelry line. But her story takes an unexpected turn when she meets Will Spencer, and their instant chemistry hints at a promising dynamic. Elektra and Will's connection. Elektra's entrance at Forrester Creations isn't just about jewelry. Her run-in with Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, in the reception area results in an accidental encounter that shifts their paths in an electrifying way. After the initial awkward moment, both find themselves drawn to each other, signaling the beginning of what could be a passionate connection. This chemistry between the two young characters may become a focal point in their future storylines, especially as they navigate both business and family ties. Ivy's blocked ambitions and Carter's raging frustration. Ivy Forrester has come to Los Angeles with high hopes, largely fueled by Carter Walton, who has been a strong advocate for their jewelry line. However, Steffy's reaction is less enthusiastic than expected. Her skepticism over Carter's recent choices and his inclination to support various projects leads her to push back on his ideas, creating visible tension between them. For Ivy, this roadblock could mean taking her grievances to Eric Forrester. Whether Eric steps in to support Ivy or leaves her to navigate the situation alone remains to be seen, but it's certain that Forrester Creations is headed for a significant shakeup. What's next for Forrester Creations? As Steffy stands firm on managing resources and pushing back on underperforming lines, she's more at odds with Carter than ever. His frustration at her resistance reaches a breaking point, signaling possible future conflicts as the business faces internal power struggles. Carter Walton's bold moves rock Forrester Creations. Can the company survive the storm? Forrester Creations is set for an intense power struggle that promises to leave no one untouched. The Bold and the Beautiful is gearing up for major changes that threaten to alter the relationships and roles among the Forresters, Logans, and even those outside the fashion dynasty. As fans know, internal conflict isn't new to Forrester Creations. But now, a surprising character, Chief Operating Officer Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, could be the one responsible for shaking things up. Carter's game-changing vision for Forrester Creations. Bold spoilers reveal that Carter will introduce a daring new vision for the company, suggesting Forrester Creations ramp up its investment in the struggling Hope for the Future line and revive its once-beloved jewelry division. Although the suggestion is audacious, Carter remains steadfast, rallying support from Ivy Forrester and her sister Electra. However, Carter's radical vision and Ivy's involvement in reviving the jewelry line have ruffled feathers, particularly Steffy's. While Steffy questions the resources needed, Ivy and Electra push forward, setting the stage for a conflict that could reshape alliances. The Forresters and Logans, divided loyalties? The brewing disagreement has all the elements of a dramatic corporate showdown, dividing Forrester Creations along unexpected lines. Ivy approaches Eric for support, aiming to sway him toward the jewelry line's return, while Steffy raises her concerns with her father, Ridge. Speculation swirls about potential alignments. Brooke could surprise everyone by siding with Steffy, despite their complicated history, or Ridge may align against his friend Carter, intensifying tension. If Ridge takes a firm stand against Carter's plan, it may deeply strain their friendship and leave Carter questioning his role within the Forrester family. Relationships on the line, Brooke, Ridge, and family ties. This corporate conflict also risks personal relationships. Ridge's decision regarding Hope for the Future may create friction with Brooke and Hope, who see potential in Carter's vision. Such tension could even put Brooke's relationship with Ridge on the line, affecting her other relationships. This might lead to complications with Deacon, Sheila, and Bill as they each navigate where they stand in this ever-evolving saga. Ivy, Liam, and Hope, a new triangle. As Ivy returns to the jewelry line, her presence inevitably affects Liam, who has reconnected with Hope. With Hope secretly growing closer to Carter, Ivy's presence at Forrester, and her past with Liam, could bring up unresolved emotions. Meanwhile, Steffy's proposal of an internship for Electra places her in the middle of a brewing Logan-Forrester feud. Electra's interest in Will, a Logan, sets up a potential Romeo and Juliet scenario as family tensions mount. The family feud takes its toll on Eric and Donna. The strain of a divided Forrester Creations could also impact Eric, who may face pressure to take sides in the Forrester versus Logan feud. This could affect his health and place Donna in a position where she must protect both her husband and her place within the Forrester family, escalating the stakes further. This draft sets the stage for Carter Walton's shakeup at Forrester Creations, examining the intense personal and professional conflicts that might change the landscape for the Forresters, Logans, and everyone in their orbit.